Rae Jepsen, The Loveliest Time album review. Let's chat about it. Hey friends, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about this latest sort of B-sides and B-sides album from Miss Rae Jepsen, Canadian pop singer, songwriter. She's been at it for some time now, and I, on this channel and in life, do not shy away from my Rae love. I'm a bit of a super fan, and I have been ever since she really broke out in a big way with her Emotion album. I mean, yeah, her early stuff's alright, but when you get to albums like Emotion and Dedicated, I mean, raised the bar for modern dance pop, bringing in a slick 80s sound, some really great production, and the songwriting, the catchy hooks. My God, I mean, there's just so many great tracks from these albums. Now, over the last few years, what a great part about the Rae discography goes is every time she puts out an album, whether it be Emotion or Dedicated, you know you're getting those B-sides about a year later, and in both those cases, God, I'd argue that the B-sides were almost on par with the A-sides of the album. Shockingly so. Carly has really, done a great job all around with them. Now, last year, she put out The Loneliest Time, and I was a little more middle of the road than usual when it came to Carly. I mean, the album had amazing tracks on it, and so many of them. But at the same time, I kind of found myself disliking more tracks than I usually do on a Carly project. But I kept my ears open and my eyes open, thinking that we were going to get a B-sides album down the road, and what do you know? Here we are with The Loveliest Time, and I'm going to be honest, her hot streak, especially with the B-sides albums, continues. Early on in this project, we get Kamikaze, and this is it right here. This is what I show up to a Carly album for. This track is phenomenal. This is a shimmering twilight pop banger with a whole lot of charisma going for it. I mean, the verses are a little subdued, but it is all a build-up to this huge chorus. This thing hits hard. This hook is easily one of the better hooks that Carly's wrote in a really long time. The synths are immaculate. Carly's performance is really sassy. I love this thing. After Last Night, on the other hand, is a little bit more of an upbeat, sort of heady synth-pop track. It's busy as hell, too. Like, these synths, they do not sit still. But this track is all about Carly. She does a great job of keeping this track focused. It's short, it's simple, but it's incredibly charming and sweet. And Airplanes is just so charming. It's not the most gaudy or bombastic or big-sounding track on here. Once again, it's on the more subdued side. But Carly owns this very laid-back, very almost sensual at times track. And by the time that this chorus rolls around, it is gigantic. But Carly on this laid-back track that almost gets a little steamy at times, really owns this thing. And by the time that it gets around to the chorus, it's absolutely adorable. Carly has just a way of taking very timeless, very unanimous sentiments and just bundling them up into just really sweet hooks. And I do really love the acoustic finale. We also get Shy Boy, which was released as a teaser track. It's funky, it's fun, it's very sunny as well, and like most of Carly's best tracks, it's got a little sass to it. Now, if I'm being honest, I kind of wish this chorus popped a little bit more, but Carly does make up for it with another charismatic performance, and just how fun and sunny and feel good this track is. And I continue to just love the glistening production. Shadow's really good as well. Like, this track, I hate to say it, but this track is absolutely adorable. It's just so bubbly and sweet and cute and charming. Like, how could you be mad with a track like this on? And it's so catchy. It is just so unbelievably catchy. And this beat is just the kind of thing that I just want to hear Carly more and more on. And are we going to talk about Psychedelic Switch? Where the hell did this track come from? Carly just stepped right up to the bat and just said, hey, I'm going to take on, some new disco and some French disco sounds. And she absolutely owns it, because not only is this the most euphoric track here, this may be the most, interesting and genuinely lovable track Carly's dropped in years. This is a big leap in sound, but instantly she's so comfortable here. This beat is unreal. It's easily the best thing here, and Carly just sounds so comfortable. She feels so full of life. This is a life-affirming track and an awesome single. Now, I will say this, though. There are a handful of tracks on here which I look at and I listen to, and I say to myself, Yeah, no wonder these haven't been released. No wonder these are the B-sides. Like Anything to Be With You. I'm just gonna say it, this doesn't even come close. This doesn't even come close to Carly's standards. Hearing this as an opener, I almost wanted to shut the thing off, and I thought I made a big mistake by diving into this. This just sounds so forced. The instrumental is very bland, and Carly herself sounds like she's just been here before. I think it's the worst track here. And Collage, I mean, it does have some good things going for it. I mean, initially I really liked it. I actually kind of liked the very hazy, sort of psychedelic atmosphere that we get here. It's a big left turn. On that note, like, it's kind of tasteful, and I'd like to hear her try this out a little bit more. My real issue is here that Carly just sounds bored. The atmosphere and the ambiance is fantastic, but Carly does not even come close to going full circle with this. Come Over continues with this just very nocturnal sound to the album. This sounds, a lot of tracks here just sound like the soundtrack to you heading out for a night on the town with your peeps. This is far from Carly's best work. I mean, the chorus is kind of catchy, but overall, this just feels like Carly's been here once again. I mean, I like the beat, the chorus is okay, but this is not the full package. She's better than this. Not even that. She sounds very unsure about this track. It just didn't need to be here. And put it to rest, I mean, I thought it was interesting. This is easily one of the more whimsical tracks here, but that's kind of where it stops. It really just falls off almost right after that. While this instrumental continues to build and build, there's actually some interesting instrumental choices on this track. Carly herself just does not deliver. It's a weird track, and I just really wish that it went the distance. But as per expected, while there are quite a few disappointing tracks here, you know, still give this a listen. Carly's definitely onto quite a few different things. Like So Right, for example. This is very emotion era Carly. It's got those forbidden love vibes, those this is probably wrong, but it's gonna feel right vibes. I love the very nocturnal instrumental we get once again, and Carly's performance is right on point. Her vocals are great throughout, and I'd argue that this chorus is one of the most memorable here. It's got that sort of attitude to it as well. Yeah, there's plenty to like here, and Stadium Love definitely lives up to its name. This is easily one of the biggest sounding tracks on the album, you know, complete with just this larger-than-life production and a wailing guitar solo, which I didn't think I needed, but apparently I do. It's a pretty gaudy and flashy track, but it's very, very memorable, and Weekend Love almost takes a turn for the Baroque pop. It's very sunny, it's very nice on the ears, it's very pleasant, and it's just really got some truly sweet one-liners from Carly. I mean, there are some like moments on this track where it's just some of the most pure feelings of love on the entire album. I do like the quirky production and the wonky synths too. Right on, Carly. I mean, when this album, this B-sides collection is good, I'd argue that a bulk of it is more captivating than what she was doing on The Loneliest Time last year, which is not what I expected to say about this collection. I mean, she's on, you know, so many different levels right now. And yeah, there's some real messy moments that go south very quick. But still, Carly's just, you know, it's Carly, man. You know, if you love her stuff, you're going to want to listen to this. And don't be surprised if you like a lot of this stuff more than what she was doing on her last album. And I'm going to leave it there. I'm feeling a decent 7 on this album, but let me know what you all think down below. If you liked the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.